Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison today. Today we have Turrell on 1007 rating, going up against Manu Collections on 1009 rating. Wow, these guys are really close in the ratings next to each other. So both players pretty high rated. This game is from the vault, so it's from a couple of weeks ago. But still well worth watching. Both guys would have just been inside the top 200 at the time of recording. Opening hands, Miracle Fusion, Bottomless, Diva, Brain Conquire. So this looks like Diva Hero. And then they've got Legacy, Cold Wave, Beckoning, Recharge, Arcus, and Kristya. So this looks like Kristya-Sworn. Withdraw traps, though, which is really interesting. Don't see that a lot. So let's see how they go. I'm going to start by recharging the Arcus, picks up the Beckoning and the Kristya. Oof. Stinky. Mills the Yata and the JD. Okay, just going to set the Yata and pass. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Draw for turn is Mirror Force now. Yeah, it's actually funny that by not summoning anything, having nothing to summon, rather, it's actually stopped the classic Brain Con Caius or the Brain Con Diva play. So they are just going to have to set the Bottomless and pass. Draw for turn's an Aaron now. Yeah, so Yata is going to see one more card that sees the Foolish. Aaron coming down now after or before the hand shuffle, which is not great, but okay. Bottomless going to get rid of that. Yeah, they're going to Foolish for the Wolf. Yeah, Wolf attempt to get in. That's good for 21. Set the Beckoning and pass. Draw for turn is a Spy. This is nice to see. So yeah, there's a couple of different lists of Diva Hero going around. There's like the Dark Diva Hero that's playing like Greffers and Armageddon Knights. There's the kind of the RBET top in list that had like the D draw and the Diamond Dude in, which was really cool. So that was really good. And then there's also like the Spy lists where they're playing Spy Diva Hero, basically on the premise that, you know, your Spy can normally survive a turn and summon out something else, and then you've just got like 2 level 6s or a level 8 and a level 4 body, or like, you know, you got some good plays you can do from there with the Diva and a Spy. So yeah, seeing more about the deck, really cool to see that though. I think the play is still just Diva and then Braincon though, right? Yeah, or Diva and then Gilman into Catasta. This also really works against Lightsworn. So going to throw that into the Wolf now, and that's going to be successful. Choose not to set the Mirror Force. Okay. Draw for turn is another Wolf. Oof, that is not great. They're going to set both their back rows and then Beckoning away. The double Kristya and the Wolf. They're going to pick up a Wolf. JD. Okay, there you go. A JD, a Kristya, and an Arcus is what it should have been. The Arcus is going to come out now, and that's going to mill the Gardener and the Honest. Okay, Gardener helps. Gardener is helpful. Draw for turn is a Gale now. Okay, Gale's going to come out. That's going to attempt to get into the Arcus. Obviously, you can't use this effect to target. They're going to Beckoning Light now, get rid of the hand, add Honest and JD back. And then in damage calc, yep, they can Honest here to take out that Gale. That's nice. The Catasta still walks into this Arcus though. Catasta doesn't target. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Manu is correct here. Yeah, okay. So they are going to allow them to Necro instead. Draw for turn is the Lila. Lila coming down now. Yeah, changing the Arcus. A few different mills here. Yeah, seeing more of the list now as well. We're seeing the Reckless. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... It's very heavy on the kind of like draw traps, but I don't know. I feel like Kristya is already quite bricky. And they don't necessarily unbrick you. Okay, draw for turn there is a Stratos. Yeah, wow, this just... God, this just looks over though, right? How many lights ones have they got? Have they got a way back? 1, 2, and 2 on field. So they have got JD live after they clear up the field. But look at this hand. Miracle Fusion, Brain Control, Kaya, Stratos. Like, what? What is this hand? Surely there's a route to, like, maybe not kill them, but yeah, there's definitely some stuff you can do here. So they're going to Stratos, grab the Prodigy, pass after they beat over the Arcus. Pick up the turn, there is a Celestia. Wow, that is huge. That is absolutely huge. Yeah, so Cold Wave's going to go ham here. Cold Wave, Celestia, out both of those. Mill. Yeah, JD down, and that is just game. Wow, imagine losing with the hand that Manu had. Oh, I really think they needed to pull the trigger just a bit more and do some more stuff there. Yeah, because they had Braincon. They could have Braincon the Lila last turn after they took the Arcus and at least popped the back row. Yeah, that wouldn't have been great because, yeah, I don't know. That hand that Manu had was unbelievable. I will go back and watch my own replay video and just try and convince myself that there was something else that could be done there because I really think there must have been. Okay, opening hands in game number 2. So we've got Foolish, Recharge, Yata Yata, and Necro, Plague, Mind, Crow, Dad, Bottomless, and Miracle Fusion. Okay, this still also looks good. I'm just going to set the Plague, set the Bottomless. I don't know if I agree with that. I think I'd have liked them to have kept the Plague in hand so they can mind con like a Raikou or like a Hamster, something, potentially an Honest. Take it, maybe use it if it's a Raikou, and then sink away. I don't know, it doesn't feel... It feels like whenever you got Minecon and a Tuna, you make sure that that like stays in your hand until it's usable. Okay, they're going to Foolish for the Wolf. That's going to get met with a Bottomless. They're just going to set double Yata and pass. Draw for turn is a Diva. Okay, pass. Pass? Yeah, okay. Okay, draw for turn is the Orange Light. They're going to Yata into the Jane. They can recharge the Jane now, pick up the Erin and the Raikou. Mills the, what was that, the Honest and the JD. Erin can come out now. Erin's going to get into this Plague Spreader, send it back. And in end phase, they're going to mill. Yeah, so they're going to mill Shire, Arcus, and Beckoning and pass. Okay, draw for turn is Prodigy. Prodigy's going to come out now. Prodigy, Diva. This is nice. Orange Light is going to negate with the Honest. Yeah, Honest is a fairy. But they do now have Miracle Fusion for the Ab-Zero and no more Honests to be worried about. Okay, they're going to get in. Now, that's going to go through. Pass. Draw for turn is the recharge. They're going to Yata into the Cyber Dragon. Yep, they can set the Raikou now. Pass. Draw for turn is the Spy. Okay, they can Minecon this Raikou now. You could use it to mill and see if you can get your dark count up. Yeah, I know they're holding darks now, but I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think it'd be milling. Milling and popping itself. Nice. Yeah, and they did hit a dark. Okay, that is really good, actually. That is really impactful, because they now have Spy on field, which can kind of help you control darks if you play Descendant. And they've got Gauze and Grave, so they could be setting themselves up for a pretty big dad play here. Draw for turn is T-Raw. They're going to summon out the Cyber Dragon. Attempt to get in, but that is the Spy. Going to bring out another Spy. Set the Threatening Roar. That Spy doesn't go to Grave. Oh, it does. Sorry, it does. It's 2000. Sorry, I'm so used to Spy. I'm so used to Spy not getting beaten over. Amazing. Amazing. Sound like an idiot. Okay, draw for turn is a Law. They're going to Crow out the JD. Yep. Drop the Dad. Yeah, this Threatening Roar is going to buy them a turn, but it's, yeah, it's still not great. So Threatening Roar going to come down now, pass. They need, what do they need? They need either a Lightsworn so they can recharge it. They could do with a Reincarnation pitch, Necro. Oh no, they've just lost the JD, right? Yeah, with the DD Crow. Maybe just top deck JD, see what happens. Yeah, they need something. Okay, Beckoning Light is okay. They can survive with the Necro, right? Maybe. They can maybe survive with the Necro. So set Necro, set Beckoning, and then draw phase next turn. Maybe you're able to pick up a Lightsworn and recharge it. I don't know. Yeah, probably just is over, right? Theorising a simple game state. No, they had to. Yeah, I mean, they can Beckoning Light. No, it had to eat a Dad Pop or an attack, right? Okay, they can Beckoning, target the Beckoning Light with Dad now. They're going to pitch both. Add back Cyber Dragon. Add back Herald. Yep, and then summon out the Gilman. Yeah, Okay. Yeah, it's just over. Attack in. Yep. Okay. Nice. Okay. Going into game number 3 now. So, Tyrrell will get to go first. Opening hands are Orange Light, Celestia, Honest, Kristya, Heavy, and Gardener. Never seen an Orange Light so live. Gilman, Dinah, Caius, Diva, and Prodigy. Okay, going to start with Set Gardener, pass. Draw for turn is Future Fusion. Jesus. Okay, yeah, let's get this out of here. So, Infernal Prodigy into the Caius. That's going to get met with Orange Light. And then they can Future Fusion, dump Mally Diva, and pass. Yeah, and this is the Gardener, not the Raikou. So, Future Fusion is not safe, but it's not going to get stopped by the Monster Flip. Draw for turn there is JD. Honest, going to get him for 11. Bounce back and pass. Yeah, I was going to say they're so far away, right? They haven't even milled a Light Swan yet. Draw for turn there is a Solemn. Yeah, that's one counter on Future Fusion. Mally can go wild now with the Diva. So Mally for Mally. Diva for Diva. Yeah, and this is Stardust probably. Oh yeah, Dark End's nice as well actually. Yeah, Dark End is nice. Yeah, because Dark End will play around the hamster as well. Not that we've actually seen them play any hamsters. Diva is not dark. Please, read again. Yeah. Oh, this chat is far too long. Oh, Jesus. This is a crazy amount of text to exchange over whether or not Dark End Dragon, which does not need a Dark Tuner, can be summoned. That is a real basic ruling. Okay, they're going to get in for 21 now. Sets the Solemn, pass, draw for turn is the Beckoning. Okay, going to try and Heavy Storm now. Are they not going to pay that with the Solemn? I don't think you do. Maybe you do. Light Swan can have some pretty crazy hands. But yeah, keeping the Future Fusion alive, that just doesn't feel right. Honest coming out now. That's going to get over the Diva. Bounce back. And they're going to set the Beckoning and pass. Draw for turn is a Cyber Dragon. This is going to now get them out the Ab-Zero. They've got Gardener. That Beckoning doesn't really get them any further, right? They kind of want everything in hand. They can't get to a live Kristya. And they can quite easily put game on board in terms of damage if they wanted to. So 21, 25. Yeah, they are going to summon out the Diner now. They were never going to get through that with the Gardener anyway. Pass, draw for turn is the Honest. This is actually... Yeah, I mean, Beckoning can't go off, right? Because they've got too many cards in hand. But it's crazy to think that if they had milled a couple more cards, a couple more light monsters, they could actually set up a Kristya here. Wow, that is that's so crazy. Okay, Tyrrell going to hit him with a big thing. Honest going to come out now. Going to attempt to get into the Dark End, yeah, and then use the Honest. Yeah, that works. I think you had to attack the 0 though, no? Yeah, you had to attack the 0, so it would destroy your Honest. Oh no. Oh no. No, so I think the play there was attack into the 0. Oh no, actually, yeah, because they're still under Diner. Okay, yeah, there's just not a good play, right? Yeah, I mean, Dark End stops some things. This, I guess they can't get through for game now, and they can Beckoning into another Honest. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing the lines. It's just taking me some time for some reason. So, Gilman coming out now. That's also boosting the Ab-Zero, so they're going to Beckoning on Declaration, and then on Damage Calc. Yeah, pitch the Honest. Yep. And send the Fossil Diner to defense, and pass. Draw for turn is Reckless. Yeah, set the Honest to defense. Set the Reckless. Pass. Draw for turn is Crow. They're going to summon out the Descendant now. Yeah, Ab-Zero can get over. Descendant can get in. Pass. Draw for turn is Garroth. Yeah, I think you just fire off the Reckless Greed. Yeah, I think you have to. Wolf and Jane. Yeah, either of these can get over the Diner, and that then gets your Kristya alive. But from there, where do you go, right? Sub-Zero's on field. Yeah, Manu reads that a mile off, and they're gonna banish one of the fairies. End phase. Oh, end phase milled another fairy. If they survive, they might just be in it. Okay. Pass. Draw for turn is Spy. No, they're out of it. Okay, they're definitely out of it. Yep. Nice. And then this is just attack in for game. Yeah, nice. Wow, what a time to unironically draw a, typically bad late game card in Spy. Okay, cool. Wow, what a game. Yeah, Lightsworn Kristya with the draw traps and stuff, it's weird. I don't love it. Feels like you're just adding like slow cards into an already bricky deck. I don't love the Yatas. I think the Reckless is quite good. I think that makes sense. But I don't love the Yatas and stuff. Otherwise, really cool deck. We didn't get to see Kristya come out, but we saw it, get set up twice effectively and just be forward there. This Diva, like dark Diva hero deck from Manu, really cool. Really love seeing all the interactions they could kind of muster with it. It's really nice seeing Gravekeeper Spy kind of find a place in this deck, because I think any deck that can play Spy Diva, it's just inherently pretty good in terms of like synchro in, making big things. I think this is really nice to see. Dark End making an appearance here, which is always cool, and yeah, just look really dominant. The Spy with Descendant package is also just a really good way to like add some spot removal to decks that don't have a lot of it, and this is definitely one where I think that's the case. So really cool deck to see. I'm glad that Manu got the win here. They played pretty excellently all the way through. It was just that game one where they just held all those power cards and ended up getting run over, which is just something that is such a threat in any deck that plays Lightsworn JD stuff. But yeah, either way, really cool game to watch. Really love seeing it, and yeah, nice to see the cool combo deck of the format come out on top.